all even palm has rich content in diet. Okay, so it is having much nutritive fruit in sugar and specifically in iron, and predominantly seen in desert oases. So it is believed to have originated in countries around Persian Gulf such as Iraq and Egypt. तुम्ही जर का डेट पामचं पॅकेट घेतलं ना तर त्याच्यावरती आपण जनरली इम्पोर्ट करतो इराण कडून पामचं इराण मध्ये डेट पाम ओके जनरली जे गल्फ इराण इराक किंवा मीन्स पर्शियन कंट्रीज ओके सो तिथे इजिप्त सौदी अरेबियन सारखं क्रॉप चांगलं आहे जसं की इन इंडिया वी हॅव डेट पाम्स इन कोंकण एरिया and in South India. Okay, so the flesh contains 60 to 6% fiber, 0.4% fat, and 2% mineral matter. So it is a good source of easily assimilable iron and hence prescribed to anemic patients along with honey. Okay, so what kind of climate or soil required to cultivated dates can be separated in area hot summer temperatures. Okay, so जर का तुम्ही फ्लॉरिंग मी मध्ये होते फर्स्ट इयर साठी so we so that was सीता आपल्या इकडे मुलं असतील मँगो चिक्कू ग्रेप्स जास्तीत जास्त ग्रेप्स किंवा पोमोग्रेनेट हे मला अट्रॅक्टिव्ह वाटायचं जेव्हा मी डेट पामचं मीन्स दॅट खूप मोठी मोठी झाडं असतात आणि इतकं बल्क मध्ये त्याला फ्रुट्स लागलेले असतात अँड दे आर ऑल्सो कन्झम्प्टिव्ह इन रॉ ऑल्सो म्हणजे जेव्हा ते प्री मॅच्युअर असतात म्हणजे परफेक्टली मॅच्युअर नसतात तेव्हा पण ते आपण इट करू शकतो अँड म्हणजे ते खूप छान होतं इम्प्रेसिव्ह होतं जर का तुम्ही गुगल वरती वगैरे जाऊन सर्च केलं तर ब्युटिफुल असतं ते ओके म्हणजे पाम ट्रीज आर मेजरली मोस्ट ब्युटिफुल ट्रीज बिकॉज त्यांची हाईट टॉलनेस अँड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द प्लांट सो दॅट वॉज मच गुड टू अपियर ओके सो 20 to 25 to 29 degrees Celsius, like mild kind of temperature is required at flowering. Okay, so as in the case of grapes, this crop also requires specific heat units, like 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, for successful fruit maturation. So there should not be any rain or high humidity during fruit maturity and ripening. So otherwise the fruits will be spoiled. Yes. कोणताही फ्रूट आहे जर का त्या फ्रूटच्या मॅच्युरिटी पिरियड मध्ये जर का ह्युमिडिटी जास्त असेल रेनफॉल सो ती कुठलीच पेस्ट करणार नाही पर्टिक्युलर पिरियड साठी कसं रॅपिड हार्म कोण करत असेल तर हे बायोटिक स्ट्रेसेस आहेत क्रॉप इज ससेप्टेबल टू फ्रॉस्ट ऑल्सो सो डीप सँडी लोम आर द बेस्ट सुटेड ॲज वी नो दॅट in coastal area there is means highly probable soil is there तर ती deep sandy loamy soil आहे okay so it is very hardy and it can be grown in wide range of soil too so better water holding capacity with good drainage is desirable and it can grow in alkaline and saline soil however the growth and productivity are affected so deep sandy soil is majorly preferable for date palm cultivation. So different cultivars like Halavi, Khadravi, Bhari, Zahid, Medjul, etc. Okay. So for mid-season, for small size fruits, for large cultivar, for large size fruits. So these are different cultivars introduced by different institutions, like they are introduced from Middle East and North Africa. Okay, so as generally know that it belongs to the country, so more research have been done by them. So propagation and planting, so though it is propagated by seeds, आपल्याला माहिती आहे आपण जरी डेट पाम्सचे सीड सो केल्या जनरली नॉर्मली थ्रो केला तरी आपल्याला दिसतं, बट दे आर नॉट लास्टिंग लॉंग. पण ते जास्त आपल्याला प्रोडक्टिव्ह दिसत नाही, म्हणजे जस्ट पण त्याचं लॉंग लास्टिंग कल्टिवेशन आपण नाही घेतलंय, किंवा आपण त्याचं झाड मोठं करून ट्रान्सप्लांटिंग नाही केलं, ऍज वी डन इन द केस ऑफ अरेका नट अँड इन द केस ऑफ कोकोनट. ओके, why? Because of its specific climatic condition. So though it is propagated by seeds, the seedling exhibit a very long juvenile phase, nearly taking 7 to 8 years for flowering. So besides this, the population segregates for male and female plants, and the resulting all female plants also may not be uniform in bearing. Hence, vegetative propagation through offshoots produced by a female mother plant of particular cultivar can use for planting. After about 4 to 6 years, 2 to 3 offshoots can be obtained from a mother palm of period 8 to 10 years. म्हणजे काय त्यांनी सांगितलंय, फिमेल अँड मेल प्लांट्स आर सेपरेट, सेग्रिगेशन म्हणजे डिफरंट असतात, अँड द रिझल्टिंग ऑल फिमेल प्लांट्स ऑल्सो मे नॉट बी युनिफॉर्म इन बिअरिंग. म्हणजे त्या सगळ्याच फिमेल प्लांट्सना Hence, propagation plant. Plants they shoots. Offshoots म्हणजे काय, तर त्याचं ते along with cultivar can be used for planting. Offshoot use करू शकतो, कारण male and female plants are dioecious. Palm is dioecious tree. Hence, okay. So after about 4 to 6 years, 2 T offshoots can be getting just 3 offshoots, a single mother, okay, for 8 to 10 years. See, so how difficult it is to propagate. So to encourage rooting, the base of offshoots arising from the mother plant applied with moist soil by soil boxes at a period of 1 before separation. Just upon air layering, we used to bend into the soil, and after that we get an air layer. As like in the case of date palm, we have to put a soil boxes before having that offshoots. Okay. So planting of offshoots can be done during summer by design around it, unnecessary leaves ahead to restrict its growth that use around it. Anu Harris from 4. So in high density planting हे काय, less fruits but maximum yield. Okay, कारण ते तुम्ही 3 plantation करताय, so definitely we are having with more number of trees. So per tree maybe there is less number of fruits, but per acre pollination and cultivation 2 to 3 male plants are planted for every 100 female plants. Okay, as we have seen in the case of pear, plum, and in apple too. Okay, so irrigation, manuring, and intercultural operations. Just wait, let me see. let me admit the students who are in the waiting room. Okay. So for manuring and so later planting and the basic mulch. त्यात तो बेसल रूट स्टेम असतं ना ते खूप ब्रॉड असतं. तुम्ही किंवा palm validate palm असतो. So for basin irrigation. So those date palm need to be kept moist for maximum growth. Irrigation system. Irrigation frequency is highly better, but it overcomes leaching with good water. We also need to leaching out म्हणजे लिचिंग आउट करणं पण गरजेचं आहे जरी ते सलाइन वॉटरला रेजिस्टंट असेल तरीही. So each palm should be applied with 50 kg of FYM, 600 gram of nitrogen, 100 gram of potash, and 100 gram of phosphorus and 700 gram of potash. Okay. So 600, 100 and 700 gram NPK per plant should be applied. Okay. Along with 50 kg of FYM. So in date palm, older leaves which are in surplus then required are normally pruned. Older leaves pruning करणं गरजेचं आहे because of कशासाठी तर अदर जे डिसीजेस आहेत तर ते होस्ट होऊ नयेत म्हणजे ते जे ओल्डर लिव्स आहेत दोज हु आर कॅरिंग दी पॅरासाइट सो दे शुड नॉट बी दी कॉज टू स्प्रेड दी डिसीज. ओके. फॉर दॅट ऑल्सो and to maintain the plant structure and framework too. Okay. So the leaf pruning is done during June, and by this pruning the bunches will be better ventilated during July and early August, so which will be otherwise spoiled. Okay, ठीक है. So the spins from the leaves around the bunches are also cut during spring to facilitate pollination. For pollination also, to facilitate pollination, pruning is also done. Okay, so hand pollination is done by inserting two to three male flowers. It generally can be stored at 4 degrees Celsius March and flower openings generally in case of cashew होतं. जर का तुम्ही दाखवली किंवा त्यांचा रिसर्च so they are working on the pollination in cashew, pollination in mango. Okay, because hand pollination facilitates more qualitative yield, so the desirable yield. So in case of date palm also they are going for the hand pollination. Okay. So in generally in the months of February to March, in case of cashew, in case of mango, in case of date palm too, they are going for the hand pollination. So hand pollination मध्ये काय येतं तर एकतर hermaphrodite flowers असतात किंवा मेल फ्लावर्स असतात किंवा फिमेल फ्लावर्स असतात. सो जे आपल्याला डिझायरेबल फ्लावर्स आहेत तर त्यांचे पोलन्स they use to extract those pollens. Okay, and on the next day they use जेव्हा आपण नेक्स्ट डेला त्याचं पॉलिनेशन करणार आहोत ऑन डिझायरेबल फिमेल प्लांट्स तर त्यापूर्वी आपण त्या फिमेल प्लांट्स जे फिमेल फ्लॉवर्स आहेत ना त्याला बॅगिंग करणार आहोत बिकॉज टू अवॉइड दी क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन किंवा अनडिझायरेबल पोलन्स पासून पॉलिनेशन होऊ न देण्यासाठी. अँड इट इज मच मीन्स टाइम कन्झ्युमिंग प्रोसेस अँड हेक्टिक जॉब टू, but they used to have, so that's why we are getting much productivity and qualitative productivity for mango in India. Okay, and specifically in Maharashtra, because they are of practices to have good quality. That was for intercultural, and actually hand pollination comes, they have included under the intercultural operation. So fruit set, fruit thinning has to be resorted, so to add to so as to retain 1300 to 1600 fruits in 8 to 10 bunches per palm will be optimum. 1300 ते 1600 fruits 8 ते 10 branches वरती optimum, जसं की every fruit tree having ideal condition for fruit set. So optimum size चे जे fruits आहेत तेवढेच ठेवतात प्लांट वरती, आणि जे उरलेले आहेत त्यांचं थिनिंग आउट करणं गरजेचं असतं. So bunch thinning can be done either by removal of entire strand or shortening of strands. Yes. So spraying of ethefon at 2 ppm 10 to 30 days after fruit set will help thin fruit. So ethefon should be used for the rate 200 ppm. So it also helps to overcome biennial bearing and encourage earlier ripening. Biennial bearing म्हणजे काय, and कशामध्ये मेजरली हा प्रॉब्लेम सीन होतो बायनियल बेरिंगच्या चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये टाका की व्हॉट इज मीन बाय बायनियल बेरिंग, आणि इट इज मेजरली ऑब्झर्व इन दिस. सो अँड टू गेट बेटर फ्रूट वेट अँड सोल्युबल शुगर्स. येस, इथेफॉननी ऑब्विसली TSS पण वाढणार आहे, कारण इथेफॉननी रायपनिंग प्रोसेस एनहान्स होणार आहे. सो it will enhance its sugar level too. So the different development of fruit are analogs, like different development. So which are the different stages like Gandhara, Doka, Dang, and Pin. The different stages of development. So in Gandhara, hard and green colored fruit. So जनरेच्यावरून आयडेंटिफाय होतात तर वीक्स आफ्टर पॉलिनेशन, पॉलिनेशन झाल्यानंतरचं जे फ्रूट सेटिंग होतं त्याच्यावरून ह्या स्टेजेस डेव्हलप होतात, आणि दे हॅव पॉलिनेशनच्या डेज वरती ते डिपेंड करतं. अँड अकॉर्डिंग टू इट्स मॅच्युरिटी इंडायसेस लाईक हार्ट, ग्रीन कलर, then it turns to yellow, pink, then fruits become earlier were hard. Now in these stages of weeks, like in down, fruits soften and ripe. Okay, so म्हणजे हे कशावरून पडलं असेल तर लोकल मार्केटमध्ये अशी डिमांड असते, जसं की आपल्यानंतर आपण काय तो आंबा म्हणजे पिकलेला आंबा कैरी लोक घेतात किंवा बाकीचे जे रॉ प्रोडक्ट्स आहेत ते बनवण्यासाठी, तसंच आंबा डेझर्ट पर्पज म्हणून घेतो. सो हे जे चार आपण डिफरंट स्टेजेसला मार्केटमध्ये डिमांड आहे त्याच्यानुसार दे हॅव रिकॉग्नाइज their developmental stages. Okay, so plant production, plant protection. So termites, yes, obviously termite is a big problem. Red palms is young plantation can be controlled by application of serious beetle, and red palm weevil are also attacking in coconut. So the control can be achieved by dusting BH like with petrol. They used to have baits. Okay, so the control can be achieved by spraying dusting BHC, and for latter injecting monocrotophos or a fumigant like Selphos will be good control. So to control black-headed caterpillar which feeds on leaves hiding inside the tunnel in the folds of the leaves, root feeding with 10 milliliter of monocrotophos mixed with 10 ml of water. Monocrotophos and म्हणजे त्याचं इंजेक्शन दिलं जातं प्लांटला टू कंट्रोल रेड पाम विविल आणि rhinoceros beetle. Okay, so false smut, a disease caused by graphida and which is characterized by dark brown or black pustules full of yellow spores under humid conditions. So, and it can be controlled by spraying bavistrin or copper oxychloride. Okay, so it is a kind of fungal infection on that plant. That can devastatingly destroy your plant also. So fruit rot can be controlled by collected and destruction of infected fruits, followed by spraying Indophil. Okay. Wire gauges can be used. तर bird damage साठी wire gauges can be used. So bird can also damage your plant. So harvest, yield and processing. Under Indian condition, since the fruit ripening period is not free of rains, the fruits have to be harvested at doka stage. Okay, so see, in early hard yellow, pink or red, maybe sweet or astringent edible stage. म्हणजे in second 13 to 17 weeks after pollination. So in Indian condition, they have recommended to harvest the fruits at doka stage. Okay, in the month of June to August. The fruits harvested at doka stage have to be dipped in boiling water for 5 minutes. Following dehydration, जे आपण म्हणजे कधी कधी काय होतं ब्लॅक कलर टेट एकदम स्टँडर्ड आणि कधी ब्रँड्स मिळतात म्हणजे की जे इम्पोर्टेड असतात बट means they don't have any standard packaging for that. They have followed this like they harvesting boil water 5 minutes and then they hydrating at 50 degrees Celsius to 160 50 degrees Celsius 16 hours or in solar dry, which is the or recovery would be 30%. Less recovery is also there. म्हणजे fruits qualitative घेणं pruning, less number of branches maintain करणं, optimum set करणं, it becomes more in case of date palm. Okay. So that was date palm. So any doubts? Because we just have wait. Okay. आणखी कोणतं इम्पॉर्टंट आहे प्लांट की जे आपण घेऊ शकतो याच्यामध्ये? avocado. We have avocado in our syllabus. Do we have? माहितीये का तुम्हाला काही? सिलेबस तरी माहितीये का? सिलेबस माहितीये तुम्हाला? Just 1 second, let me check. So you have rubber also in your syllabus, okay? And right now I don't have any material to teach you on rubber. So I will provide study material for that, okay? As it is a minor plantation crop. So just overlook on it, and we are done with the syllabus now. So we will just look upon the jackfruit, because we have it in your syllabus also. Okay. So just let me check. So जॅकफ्रूट बघूयात आपण आता. ओके. सो जॅकफ्रूट पण कोस्टल एरियामध्येच येतं. So India is considered to be native home of jack. Literature, jack has been given the important second position of significant three fruits. It is mainly distributed in the tropical humid belt. In India, Assam, Bihar, Kerala, Tamil Nadu are the main jack growing states. Tamil Nadu, Lower Palani Hills of Dindigul Anna district and Pandruti of South Arcot Vallalar district are known for the best quality jackfruits. So the fleshy carpel is the edible portion. 100-gram edible portion contains 19 gram of carbohydrate, mainly as sugar, protein, fat, fiber, calcium, and phosphorus, and other vitamins also. Jackfruit could be useful in the treatment of dread diseases of being like AIDS. An extract of jackfruit was seen to have inhibited the growth of HIV infections in vitro. In vitro म्हणजे in controlled atmosphere, like in the case of biotechnology. So they have proved it. So the power of this substance called jacqueline was discovered by Jean Favreau, Department of Microbiology and Antibacterial Immunology. Okay, so apart from its uses for dehydration and that, so the outer pericarp of the fruit and sterile flowers is pressed as cattle feed, used for cattle feed too. So then eaten out of syrup for some time. We also use seeds of jackfruit too. So climatic and soil requirement well and give food yield in warm climate of hills and hot of plain sea level. Elevation of 1,200 jack can be successfully. A temperature range of 22 to 35 degrees Celsius will be ideal. It can be hot, tolerate frost as well as drought. Okay, frost ला पण tolerate ला पण करतो. Okay, so under though it tolerates a variety of soils, a deep rich or open textured loamy soil with drainage, pH, and climatic conditions are just not specific, but they can be optimum to cultivate the jackfruit. Okay, so varieties like Singapore, Burlier, PLR1, PLR means Palur, okay, Pechiparai. So like these names have been evolved from South India, like in Tamil Nadu, they must be from Tamil Nadu. Okay, so yeah, they are saying that Palur is developed at Palur of Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. Okay, so propagation and planting. When propagated through seeds, germination progenies. Hence, vegetative propagation is वाईड व्हेरिएशन येतो जेव्हा सीड्सनी प्रोपागेट करतो तेव्हा. ओके, सो कमर्शियली इनार्चिंग ऑन 10-month old jack seedling is done to produce vegetative progenies. Inarching म्हणजे असतं तसंच the grafts come to bearing within 4.5 months, 4.5 to 5 years when compared seedlings like arching केलं तर 4 ते 5 वर्षामध्ये we will get the tree, but in case of seed it takes 7 to 8 years normally. Okay, so softwood grafting is also preferred. So since the variability of seeds is very low, viability of seeds is very low, seeds have to be sown immediately after extraction to raise rootstock. Yes, like in case of nutmeg, जेव्हा त्या nutmeg मधून आपण seeds त्याचे गळून पडतात किंवा ते nutmeg जमिनीवरती fall होतात, तर त्या immediate pointला if you go for sowing that nutmeg in the soil, then only it is viable, and otherwise it loses its viability within a day. So as like in case of jackfruit, immediate after extraction of that seed, we have to sow it in the soil, otherwise it loses its viability. Okay, so here's two are also used as a rootstock. So मी तुम्हाला सांगते वेगवेगळ्या फ्रुट्सचे rootstock, like in case of sapota, Kirmi rootstock is there. In case of grape, dogridge rootstock is there. In case of citrus, multiflora rootstocks are there. Jackfruit, hirsut is a rootstock. Okay, so you have to remember it in Malaya to be successful. Okay, etiolation म्हणजे काय? Air layering after etiolation. Etiolationचं meaning सांगा मला chat box मध्ये. So at Pechiparai, patch budding on 3 to 5 months old rootstock seedlings done during January to February and October to November. So patch budding is also followed in jackfruit. So pits of 1 meter cube are dug at spacing 9 meter pit, and then with the soil, FYM, and other nutrients to single stem early height of filling scapularites. Filling मध्ये काय आहे? Open central system, they are keeping the काय करतात ते 2 मीटरला युनिफॉर्म स्मूथ म्हणजे ठेवतात. सो open central system is preferred for more sunlight penetration. Okay, so this trunk is going to develop fruit, but hence should be kept free of growths. Okay, so quantity up to 1 year, okay, and up to 5th year. So they have recommended different doses of FYM NPK at stages and per kg of per plant. Okay, so the fertilizers are applied during rainy season, and if irrigation is available, then they can be split into 2 and apply. The manure and fertilizers can be applied in a circular trench taken 5 to 6 centimeter away from the trunk. So irrigation, though jack is cultivated under rain-fed condition, it is very sensitive to drought. Hence, irrigation should be done depending on the type of soil, season, so that there should not be any moisture stress, especially during flowering and fruit set. Similarly, too much of soil moisture will affect the quality of fruits. The flax will develop an inspired taste when there is excess soil moisture. जर का soil